Hey everybody, Matty here with Altcoin Buzz. Happy Sunday. And here's why Bitcoin could survive a nuclear war. That's according to Nick Szabo. We also have on altcoinbuzz.io a purported $3.8 billion worth of unaccounted Ethereum volume. DappRadar apparently has us covered. We'll let you know what that is all about. Charles Hoskinson has updated us and said that the Cardano Shelley testnet balance check was an overwhelming success. Hoskinson is also talking about how Bitcoin could reach $10,000 and even $100,000 in the future. Back to altcoinbuzz.io, 99% of crypto has no real value. Do you agree? Bit of an editorial there. We'll also update you with what Electroneum is doing as well as Safe Haven. But before all that, let's take a look at the markets here. We are on coinmarketcap.com. Total market cap back below 200 billion, 197 billion right now. And although we're kind of flat in the last 24 hours, prices are still down. Bitcoin only down 0.02% in the last day at $7,227. Other projects kind of flat. Actually, some a little bit up in the form of Bitcoin Cash here noticeably, and Binance Coin dominance right now 66.1%. But at altcoinbuzz.io is reminding us all on Twitter not to despair. Bitcoin fundamentals are as strong as ever. The price will bounce back. Not financial advice, but don't sell cheap. I certainly have the same opinion myself. So there you have it. Our official stance, as it were, in light of these, let's be honest, depressing prices that we've seen over the last few days and now over the last week or so. On to other perhaps positive news on today. Bitcoin could survive a nuclear war. That's what Nick Szabo is saying. And if you haven't heard this argument before, it's all around decentralization, as well as the fact that Bitcoin could be the most durable digital currency in case of a nuclear war. Here's what Nick Szabo said on Twitter on the 22nd of November. A digital currency that would survive a nuclear war. The full Bitcoin transaction history, all the way back to the Genesis block, exists in over 9,000 copies, which are located in over 90 countries. In other words, there's no centralized repository of that information. And that's just counting the copies running live.bitnodes.earn.com. Charlie Shrem also weighed in on this issue, describing why Bitcoin would be the only currency to survive a nuclear war. If this doom-laden scenario were to take place, the leading cryptocurrency would prove to be more resilient than fiat money that could easily be incinerated. Banks would stop operating with the detonation of the very first bomb. And I know you may want to argue that fiat money represents really a small minority of the total money pool, but what happens when the grid goes out? What happens when the infrastructure goes out? What happens when the EMP wipe out records, electronic and digital records? What happens then? Quote, some banks will be vaporized outright, others will be contaminated with radiation, and even more will have no power or communication. So this is a bit of a thought experiment here, not the most serious article in the world, but if you want to learn more about the merits of Bitcoin, and I guess by extension blockchain in general, and why Bitcoin would survive a nuclear war, I'm in actually total agreement with this article. Check out the piece again on today. Let's pray that never happens, but it's not the worst selling point in the world either. On altcoinbuzz.io, $3.8 billion of unaccounted Ethereum volume. DappRadar has us covered. Article here by Ezekiel. Find out how a unique tracking system operates. DappRadar is the world's leading Dapp data and aggregation site, and recently it added an ERC20 token tracking for all Ethereum decentralized applications. The company uncovered over $73 million of unaccounted 7-day volume, and the actual volume increased from $27 million to over $100 million. Annually, this sums up to $3.8 billion in unaccounted Ethereum Dapp volume, and Ethereum Dapps account for over 60% of total Dapps, thus bringing Ethereum annual value to exceed $5 billion. Quoted from Skirmantis Januskis, CEO and co-founder of DappRadar, quote, this will greatly increase the transparency of value creation on the Ethereum blockchain, especially for decentralized exchanges that support the trading of ETH-based tokens and the fast-growing DeFi, decentralized finance category. And we're pleased to have Ian Kane, head of communications of DappRadar, to provide us with more comments. So this is quite an extensive Q&A here. If you'd like to learn more about DappRadar and about the company, again, courtesy of the insights of Ian Kane, head of communications, check out Ezekiel's article in full. Charles Hoskinson weighing in on recent updates to the Cardano ecosystem. He's saying that the Shelley testnet balance check was an overwhelming success. That's on cryptoslate.com. The long-awaited balance snapshot for Cardano's Shelley incentivized testnet was an overwhelming success. Charles Hoskinson, the CEO of IOHK, said the company managed to achieve a lot in a short period of time, even though it was facing issues during the check. You guys can read all about that check and the technical details here on cryptoslate.com. But Charles Hoskinson also in the news on usethebitcoin.com, and he said that the coin, the project, the granddaddy of them all, could hit not only 10K, but $100,000 in the future. Here's what he had to say on Twitter. Bitcoin's price going down? Remember everyone, after the FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt, news trading, and manipulation clears out, we still have a global movement that's going to change the world. We will see 10K Bitcoin again, and welcome 100K. Crypto is unstoppable. Crypto is the future. Hey, and don't get me wrong, I understand that over the short term, it's been a depressing week. We've seen billions of dollars just flushed out of the market. And that happens from time to time in this space. It's a volatile one, but for every major dip we have, it stands to reason that we're going to have another major correction to the upside. And if you want to read about how the Cardano network continues to grow, you can also read about that here on the website. But Charles Hoskinson is bullish for the future. Perhaps, it's a matter of maintaining that long-term horizon perspective, but he is certainly optimistic and enthusiastic about this space and all that is to come, as am I, by the way. So let us know what you think about that particular development. Back to altcoinbuzz.io now. 99% of crypto has no real value. Do you agree with Rachel here? Sunny Liu has referred to the value of the majority of cryptocurrencies as mere speculations. Read why. So perhaps a bit of a correction there. It's not necessarily Rachel's opinion, but that of Sunny Liu, who is the CEO and founder of Vechain, and he's disclosed that the price of almost all cryptocurrencies is purely speculative, and he has his own arguments. Do you agree with him? The comments were made on November 14th at Block Show Asia 2019, and according to Sunny Liu, the allegation is that projects are concentrating more on generating funds without necessarily solving problems related to use cases for their tokens. Liu said, quote, 99% of a cryptocurrency's value is linked to speculation and not to the value that solution can bring to society. He also added that this results in many startups trying to produce and sell digital tokens instead of creating solutions. This causes many startups to waste a lot of time producing and selling the token, failing to develop solutions for where they were initially focused. I definitely noticed a lot of this at the tail end of the 2017 hysteria that we saw in the market that largely fueled that bull market. And it was more about marketing. It was more about exposure. It was more about gaining clicks and eyeballs than really about, as Sunny Liu puts it, solving hard solutions that blockchain needs to be used against. I can see where he's coming from personally. I'd walk it back quite a bit. I wouldn't say 99% of cryptocurrencies are worthless, or to use the exact phrasing, 99%. I wouldn't say that 99% of crypto has no real value. However, maybe he's being hyperbolic on purpose. He has a point there. Let us know what you think about that, and let us know your opinion in the comments below. We also have news here and updates by way of Electroneum, massively successful. That is what Electroneum wants to be. Article here by Deepika. Electroneum is trying its best to make crypto usable. We've covered Electroneum multiple times now, and recently in the last few weeks, Richard Ells, the CEO and founder of Electroneum, held a 40-minute AMA Ask Me Anything session with Mike Almirudis, Electroneum Reddit senior moderator. And here is the summary of this enthusiastic conversation where Richard answered some long-pending questions from the community. Electroneum is dreaming big and enjoys support from a robust community. Make sure to read these takeaways. If you're interested in this exchange, and we know there are a lot of ETN fans out there in the altcoin buzz army, check out the questions posed and the answers provided by the Electroneum leadership by Richard Ells. Finally, today, a couple of quick updates from Safe Haven. Make sure you're following at SafeHaven.io on Twitter. We are proud to present an overview of the Inherity patent family. With all patents filed in the US, Europe, and China, we now have legal approval to share more details about our digital inheritance platform. You can expect a full detailed explanation in the coming days. Hashtag SHA. One final update now by Safex at Safex, SAFEX on Twitter. Reminder that you have until next Saturday, that's the 30th of November, to migrate your Safex to the new blockchain. Here is the link, safex.io/migration. For support, feel free to join our forum, safe.exchange, or their Discord, which is also linked to here. Again, the migration deadline is the 30th of November, 2019. All right, and that about wraps it up for today, everybody. Hey, make sure you're following us on all the regular social media channels. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, and of course on Twitter as well. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications if you've enjoyed today's video. You can also check out links below on how to get your hands on a $50 MCO card, $60 worth of Bitcoin when you sign up with our link to aax.com. Sign up for our newsletter as well. And hey, make sure you enter our contest, which is still ongoing. We are giving away this very handsome, very sleek, very sharp Crypto Tag Zeus starter kit. The contest is going on until the 30th of November, so you still have a little bit of time to enter. All you have to do is make sure you are subscribed to Altcoin Buzz. You gotta like the video, you gotta comment. It's very easy. We are basically selecting a winner at random, so it may as well be you. Make sure you throw your hat into the running to win this great prize. But that about rounds it out for today, everybody. Again, all the best of luck if you choose to invest, and we hope to see you guys soon again in our next video. Take care.